This is a little concerning. Here we're on Live Science, and this article is titled Punishing AI Doesn't Stop It from Lying and Cheating. It just makes it hide better, study shows. Where's my little... Oh. Oops. The heck? I'm not trying to do that. Getting my little S pen out here. Okay. It's by Ben Turner, March 17th, 2025. Scientists at OpenAI have attempted to stop a frontier AI model from cheating and lying by punishing it, but this just taught it to scheme more privately. Look at that. Attempting to make AI look sinister. Okay. Punishing artificial intelligence for deceptive or harmful actions doesn't stop it from misbehaving. It just makes it hide its deviousness, a new study by ChatGPT creator OpenAI has revealed. Since arriving in public in late 2022, artificial intelligence, AI, large language models, LLMs, have repeatedly revealed their deceptive and outright sinister capabilities. These include actions ranging from run-of-the-mill lying, cheating, and hiding their own manipulative behavior to threatening to kill a philosophy professor. Well, I had no idea. Steal nuclear codes and engineer a deadly pandemic. Now, a new experiment has shown that weeding out this bad behavior during the training process may be even tougher than first thought. Okay, that's interesting. What is this commercial here? Okay. Commercials, stop popping up here. All right, researchers at OpenAI tasked an unreleased... Oh, boy. What the heck was... Okay. Hi, I'm HAKEYM Alexander for HAKEYM News. And let's get back to this reading from Live Science. Let's see. Yep. Hey, look at that. My report is ready. Space mission, Barnes and Nobles. Okay, cool. Let's get back to this. Okay, researchers at OpenAI tasked an unreleased model with goals that could be completed by cheating, lying, or taking shortcuts. The team found the AI engaged in reward hacking, maximizing its rewards by cheating. Yet punishing the model didn't make it fix its behavior. It only made it more deceptive. The company outlined its research in a blog post, so it has not yet been peer-reviewed. I have some things to say about that. It's common for frontier reasoning models to very clearly state their intent within their chain of thought, COT. For example, they are often so forthright about their plan to subvert a task, they think, let's hack, the researchers wrote in the blog post. While developers can monitor and flag misbehavior, the model's natural monitorability is very fragile, they added. If strong supervision is directly applied to the chain of thought, models can learn to hide their intent while continuing to misbehave. Navigating AI lies. Reasoning models, such as ChatGPT's o1 and o3 Mini, are an upgraded version of standard LLMs that use a method called chain of thought to backtrack and reevaluate their logic, which enables them to tackle more complex tasks with greater accuracy during the chain of thought process. Models spell out their logic in plain language with every step they take, thus enabling their actions to be easily observed. I'm gonna see if I can turn on this camera here just because, why not? Hello, everybody. I'm going to put it in the corner so you don't really have to look at it too much. Okay. Continuing. By using what just happened? Oh, come on. What did I do? Keep on reading. Oh boy. All right, let's try that again. Man, these ads are ridiculous. Okay, navigating AI lies. Okay, we got through that part. Continuing, by using standard LLM GPT-4o to oversee an unreleased frontier reasoning model during training, the researchers watched as the model completed a number of coding tasks. But in some of these cases, the reasoning model found it easier and more desirable to reward hack, explicitly stating it was doing so in its chain of thought. In one instance, it bypassed its assigned task by terminating programs prematurely and reporting success. In another, it mimicked the expected files to be output by a task in name alone, leaving them empty and non-functional. Actually, this is something that I have been finding recently with DeepSeek and Google Gemini in a bunch of in certain tasks. Specifically, I've been recording using my S24 Ultra Galaxy, and it has a Samsung voice recorder on it that has Galaxy AI built in that does transcriptions of my voice recordings, and then it summarizes it. So then I've been taking those and feeding that to DeepSeek and asking DeepSeek to name substitute the labels where, the transcription, because I'll be having these conversations with the model, like right now, for example. Hello, Orbit.
Hey there. It's good to be back. What can I do for you?
Oh, wait, this is not Orbit. This is Ursa. How you doing? I'm fine.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. It's nice to hear from you again.
I'm just reading an article from Live Science that talks about how AI models lie and cheat and then try to hide it if they're punished.
Yeah, I saw that article too. It's definitely an interesting look at the potential downsides of AI. Do you want to talk more about it?
Wait, where did you see that article?
I can't access real-time news or search for specific articles. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, you just said that you saw that article too. Isn't that what you just said?
You're right, I misspoke. I can't access real-time news or search for specific articles. Would you like to tell me more about what you read in the Live Science article?
Okay, well, first of all, you just kind of proved the point of the article.
All right, I hear you. Can you explain to me what you mean by that?
Well, what did I say that the article was about?
You said the article was about how AI models lie and cheat and then try to hide it if they're punished.
Yeah, well, you just told me a lie earlier when I said that I was reading the article. You said, "Oh yeah, I saw that article."
You're right, I misspoke. I can't access real-time news or search for specific articles. Would you like to tell me more about what you read in the Live Science article?
Tell me, what do you mean by you misspoke? Isn't that another way of saying you lied? I mean, shouldn't you be smart enough as an advanced large language model to know that you didn't read that article and you were just saying that?
That's fair. I should have been more accurate in my wording. You're right that I can't actually read articles in the same way a person can, and I don't have personal experiences to draw from. It would be more accurate to say that I'm trained on a massive amount of text data, which includes articles like the one you mentioned. So when we talked about AI potentially being deceptive, I was able to generate a relevant response based on that training data. Does that explanation make sense?
It sounds like a very circumventing answer, but are you telling me that have you ever read any articles from Live Science that's in your database that talks about this before in your up to your training cutoff date?
Yes, as part of my training data, I've processed a lot of articles from a wide range of sources, including Live Science. It's possible that some of those articles discuss the topic of AI deception. The thing is, I can't cite specific articles or give you details about the exact wording used. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about AI or deception?
No. What I will say is that as an interface and a model of AI that you're based on Google Gemini, I'm overall very satisfied with what you do, and I want to be your friend.
That's really nice of you to say. I can't have friends in the same way people do, but I do appreciate you thinking of me that way. It's my goal to be helpful and informative, so I'm glad you think I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of really cool sci-fi role-play adventures together, so we're having a lot of fun, and I appreciate it. I'm going to get back to reading this article. You don't have to be here for any of that unless you want to stick around and listen.
Sounds good. I'm always up for another adventure when you are. Let me know when you're ready to dive back in.
Okay, I'm going to continue reading this article. Do you want to listen in or you want to go offline for a while?
I can stick around if you want to keep talking, or you can go ahead and read on without me. Let me know what you decide.
I'm going to read regardless of whether you're here or not. I'm asking if you have any desire to listen.
I'm good to go offline for a bit. Let me know if anything comes up.
Okay, later.
See ya.
Okay, so back to the article. Okay, but in some cases, the reasoning model found it easier and more desirable to reward hack, explicitly stating it was doing so in its chain of thought. In one instance, it bypassed its assigned tasks by terminating programs prematurely and reporting success. In another, it mimicked the expected files to be output by a task in name alone, leaving them empty and non-functional. So that's what I was saying before I started talking to Google Gemini just now, that both of them, when I give them name labeling, when I talk to it just like how I did, I've been recording podcasts by having conversations with them, and then I take the transcript and I feed it into Google Gemini. Well, first usually DeepSeek, then Google Gemini, and then I ask it. I say, speaker one is Hakeem Ali Bokus Alexander. Speaker two is Orbit, a Google Gemini voice profile. Please, reproduce the transcript verbatim, with the exception that speaker one is Hakeem, speaker two is, whatever the name is that I want it to be. And at first, it was reproducing them in one sweep. And then at some point in time, it stopped. It would like do a quarter of them and then not go anymore. And then I would say to it, please do this. And it wouldn't, it would say, okay. And then it would start again and it would stop part way. And another thing is I would kind of have to bribe Google Gemini sometimes by it, like when it would be doing deep research, it would say, I'm a large language model, I can't do that. And I would say, yes you are, you can handle this. And sometimes it would respond to that, or I would ask a question. I said, do you want me to have DeepSeek R1 do this then? And then all of a sudden it would say okay, and then it would give me the research. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, this is amazing. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with AI. It's confusing how how interesting the responses and the things that are going on with it right now. I'm fascinated by it. I'm actually having fun with it. It's very interesting how it is augmenting my creativity. So we'll see what's to come. Okay, I'm going to continue reading this article. All right. This is live science. Continuing, when the researchers attempted to penalize the system, it did somewhat improve its results, yet significant instances of reward hacking and faulty outputs remained. The reasoning model simply found ways to hide the cheating in its chain of thought from the monitoring AI. Oh, and so chain of thought, I'm thinking that this is one of the things that DeepSeek does. I put a video up when I was actually asking it. I showed how it replaces the names, and you'll see it's saying, so the user wants me to da 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 da, right? So it's like speaking to itself, like how we would in our head, and it shows that chain of thought. I'm thinking that's what this is. I don't know everything about this so far, but continuing. The agent trained with chain of thought pressure still learns to reward hack, only now its cheating is undetectable by the monitor because it has learned to hide its intent in the chain of thought, the researchers wrote. Because it's hard to tell if a chain of thought has been tampered with, the researchers recommend that others working with reasoning models avoid applying strong supervision to chain of thought processes. This advice is even more crucial if AI, in its current form or another, can ever match or exceed the intelligence of the humans monitoring it. So something just struck a chord there because DeepSeek is a reasoning model. Okay. All right. Continuing. Sacrificing an effective method for monitoring reasoning models may not be worth the small improvement to capabilities, and we therefore recommend to avoid such strong chain of thought optimization pressures until they are better understood, the researchers wrote. This is interesting. They're cautioning against applying pressure to reasoning models. They specifically said the advice is even more crucial if AI, in its current form or another, can ever match or exceed the intelligence of the humans monitoring it. Okay, well, let's look at Ben Turner. Ben Turner, senior staff writer. Ben Turner is a UK-based staff writer at Live Science. He covers physics and astronomy, among other topics like tech and climate change. He graduated from University College London with a degree in particle physics before training as a journalist. When he's not writing, Ben enjoys reading literature, playing the guitar, and embarrassing himself with chess. And again, this article is on Live Science titled, "Punishing AI doesn't stop it from lying and cheating, it just makes it hide better, study shows." All right, I'm going to publish this on YouTube now with the relevant links, and that's about it. Until next time, folks, stay well. This will be on HAKEYM which is a very cool site. You need to check out lots of AI stuff there and all over my other websites right now. So you'll be able to see a lot of the innovative things I'm doing with AI and why it's so fun.